So I'll find a better spot.
Well, surely it should just like, because you spend so much time on your Xbox, it should somehow get like affixed to the top of your TV, so whenever you're playing video games, it's just there.
Yeah. Although I cut down a significant amount. Like that's part of my thing for this year is not to just take a back seat from gaming. Focus on other things. We were about to start the... Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it's been like a month since we last played, right? Or like almost a month?
Yeah, it's been a good like 3 weeks. It's just been... Usually my life is so dull and boring. And like this last month's just been awful. Like, obviously first it was Christmas, then it were... Well, then I were in hospital with my kidney stones, and then all this with redundancy.
Right, yeah.
We are the arm of the prophets, Arbiter, and you are the blade. Be silent and swift, and we shall quell this heresy without incident.
When I was playing through Halo myself, just to go through the stories, this is the level I got to, and
it should have their local battle net in disarray.
I can't remember why I stopped. I think I got lost on the level and couldn't work out where to go.
Now.
Oh, yeah. I think I've played through this mission like at least 100 times. Because when I was a kid, I used to just load this game up, or this level up. This was one of my favorite levels, and I used to play it over and over.
Reveal yourselves only after the Arbiter has joined battle with the enemy.
You may wish to do the same, Arbiter. But take heed. Your armor system is not as new as ours. Your camouflage will not last forever.
I got seen almost immediately.
How long do you... yourselves.
I think it's really funny how when you melee grunts in Halo 2, they kind of sound like squeaky toys.
I can't say I never noticed, I'm not gonna lie. So is America great again now, then?
Why have they sided with these heretics?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, poor Biden though, like, all I've seen online is, like, people... I don't know if, like, it's a half-joke type thing, or if it's a serious criticism. But, like, but Biden's been in charge, like, 2 days, and already there's 3,000 people, like, dying a day. It's like, do we not... like I say, I don't know if it's meant to be like some kind of a half joke, or if there's people actually criticising like the state the country's in.
I think it's a bit of both. Like they're the people who understand how numbers and administrations work, who are just making a joke out of it, either because it's funny or they want to piss off and troll the idiots who would actually believe that. Because like that is like a funny joke. Like, you know, he's been in office like 2 days and there's been like 100,000 deaths already.
Yeah.
What the hell, Biden? You know, but what the fuck? He's not been in charge of it.
Has there ever been such a rough transition though? Like, where someone's taken over the country in such a terrible state? I mean, so Truman was president throughout the entire World War II.
Pardon?
Were Truman president throughout the entirety of like the US as part of World War II, or did he take over?
No, it was FDR. Yeah,
FDR.
so it was FDR for most of it. And Truman came in when FDR died. In the middle of 45, he was only president for like a few months until then.
Yeah. Like, that can't have been an easy transition, like taking over in that situation, but even then, nothing compared to.
Yep, first time that a sitting president didn't, or like a predecessor didn't attend the successor's inauguration. In like 160 years.
Get ready. Bring it over there. You're prepared for your race. Yeah.
Camouflage engaged.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
It's awful being in the lead and fighting the lead because you just can't tell the difference.
Yeah. I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, how I really hate, like after George H.W. Bush, so like the first Bush,
Yeah.
his presidency ended in, well, Bill Clinton took over in January '93. And I think his presidency was like the last one where people were like civilized. And they didn't like really tie themselves to like a faction. You know, like it wasn't like, oh, you suggested an idea and you automatically sort of just knew where someone sort of was on the political spectrum. Like you could have a Democrat suggesting things that are traditionally Republican or whatever, and the other way around.
Yeah.
A large part of it has to do with 24-hour news networks, and more recently social media and stuff. And now it's sort of become like a thing where you say anything counter to what the standing belief is, I mean, apparently, and it just sort of makes you like a traitor to that to that organization or whatever.
Yeah, like you say something that's just slightly not Republican and all of a sudden you're communist.
Yeah, and you say something that's not, you know, like aligned with democratic values, and you're just a fascist. You know? I don't know, it's frustrating because you can't have an actual discussion about it. Like, what? So, Yeah, that's like the most frustrating thing to me, and that's why like I really miss the 2008 election with Obama and McCain, John McCain, because they both respected each other so much.
Yeah, I like Obama more, but McCain didn't seem like a bad person.
Yeah, he just had different ideas on how to do things. And you know, like it's crazy. Like when McCain died a year or two ago, I don't remember exactly. I think it was 19 or 20. Oh, it was 19 for sure because pandemic wasn't going on. Or 18. So it's either 18 or 19. And he asked George Bush and Obama to deliver his eulogy. And you know, during Obama's eulogy, he cracked a joke, and it was like one of the best, most heartwarming things I've ever heard. Where like McCain had run against Bush and against Obama.
Yeah.
So Obama said something along the lines of,
Get after their leader, but watch your back.
you know, it's an honor that John asked me to deliver this eulogy. It's either that, or it's a funny way. It's his way of getting back at George and me.
Yeah.
You know, like now that I'm not on this planet anymore, who better to stand up here and talk really good things about me than my old adversaries?
Yeah.
It's just one of the really awesome things to hear. It's the kind of thing where you like if John heard that,
We'll take them out one by one until we find the heretic leader.
I'm sorry, this music's really taking me out of the moment.
yeah, if you switch to classic graphics, you'll get the
Even then, it still seems it's very Sonic the Hedgehog.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You can't not hear it now, can you?
Yeah, no, that's not always good. That was spot on, yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog mission at night time, running through a city or something like that.
Yeah.
I pressed the wrong button.
Jump out.
Yeah, I was trying to work out how to fire that. Press the right button, thinking, oh, it's like a grenade.
Yeah.
And somebody instantly, like, went this grenade. Not yet. I think once you've done, yeah, there we go.
No sign of the heretic leader or his band. We must keep searching.
I used to do this thing on this level where I'd become really good at it. So I used to hover above one of the enemy banshees, jump out of mine, and board the enemy banshee. It was just so much fun.
It sounds like a right white knuckle ride.
Yeah. I used to keep count at one point where I was like, okay, I've done it so many times I can restart the level and do it again. Nope. Not even close.
So what else is going on in the world of Two Hin then?
Not much else.
It's not like you can go out and really do much, you know, is it?
No. I have two friends down the street. See, I meet up with them. Usually at least once a week. Where is he interesting? Stuff at home. How about in the world of Ryan?
No, not really. Like, plodding along. There's not really much to be done at the minute. Like, obviously, like England's back in another national lockdown, so
yeah.
Where are we actually meant to be going at?
Well, if you want, we can cut all this out because I don't need a shortcut.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Right here. Like the normal path, you go like where we were, so it was through that, like underneath that little thing, and then up, and you fly around a little bit more, and you finally end up here. With the shortcut, you just fly from where we were, which is right back there, and just fly over here. And if you time it such that you jump through the door when they're coming in, finish the level.
Hey, smashed it.
Yeah.
Oh, for timings, just so you're aware, I'm going to be calling it at 10. Me and Deb have got into this really nice routine where about 10 o'clock we'll settle in and like have a cuddle and watch TV. And it's become one of my favourite parts of the day, so...
Aww.
We've been watching Walking Dead. And I'm so into that show. Like, it's not as romantic as what you were thinking.
Right. Well, not romantic, not very like calming either. So.
What is it?
That stench. I've smelled it before. I'll assume that was an accident. Ah! Ah!
Oh, great. Flood.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming up like a useless against them, aren't they?
Yeah, like, carbines are good because you can headshot them. Dual plasmas are pretty good. But yeah, you want a sword.
One sword, right. I had a sword.
I wondered what the prophets would send to silence me. An arbiter. Unflattered.
He's using a holodrome. He must be close. Come out so we may kill you.
Get in line.
Stand firm. The flood is watched. Go, Arbiter. I'll follow when our reinforcements arrive.
What happened? What did you do?
I don't know, he just died.
I think I might have
Like, I saw you getting beat up, and then I jumped in, and as soon as I left, I wanted them to go back.
Only if maybe I saw, like, hit when I saw them, like, on the one.
Yeah.
This way. Wait for me!
So when you opened the package earlier, if it had been a Prius, what would your reaction be like? Would it have been any different?
I would have been very grateful for the thought.
I feel like you should be going into politics with answers like that to him.
Prius is like one of two cars I just really hate.
What would the other car be?
The smart car.
I'm right.
Yeah. It's so... It doesn't even like fulfill anything it sets out to do. It's just so pointless.
I can kind of understand, like, on the sense of just how pure economically it is. Like, obviously, if you need to, like, drive to the shop once a week or that, like a little old lady car, absolutely fine. But, like, the second it gets bumped by a passing pedestrian, it's a total
Right.
off. Like, there's no safety features.
Yeah. And it gets terrible gas mileage and...
Because I thought they had amazing mileage. I thought that was the whole point.
Monster 5!
Yeah, that was the whole point, and so it got like its gas mileage was worse than like the Honda Civic. I think people were getting like I think it was a car that size should get like 35, 40 or 40 miles per gallon in the city, and I think many people were getting like 25. And I recall, like, when it first came out, it was just terrible. Like, there was no point to buying one. Because you think, okay, you buy a small one, yeah, you don't have as much space, or like you said, it's just something to
Get
drive
to a store,
around, go to
like,
the grocery store or whatever. Yeah, come back. Yeah, it's perfect. If you live in a small city, like, that's great. But then you get terrible gas mileage, and it's just not even safe. And terrible car. And I remember when they first came over here, like the Smart only introduced the one model, because I think in Europe, like there's multiple models.
Kind
They
of.
only introduced right.
They've only just, like, the last couple of years become like a roadster, and I think there might even be an SUV type one, but I might be wrong on that. But anyway, go on.
But yeah, so when they came over here, people used to like do a lot of pranks with them because they were tiny and light enough. So like a group of kids would like pick one up and like rotate it, so that when someone came back, they'd sort of like wonder like if they were going crazy. Or they'd pick it up and move it like down the street.
I used to live in a house share where, like, this is like when I worked at McDonald's, and it were like me and I think it were 5 other McDonald's guys, and one of them rode a, like, you know, like a mobile scooter.
Yeah.
And we used to, like, park it round back, and it'd have like the roadblock on it, so it wouldn't roll, but we'd just like go out and like all of us like lift it and move it around for him while he was sleeping. Oh, you don't. I was waiting at the other door, thinking it was the only one. I'm here. Being in the cut. Being in the cut.
Oh, you're still hitting me.
Oh, I need to see if any fire's on. It is. Oh. Right now, to behave yourself, no more messing about. Because you both want to play me. Even with the anniversary edition of CE, Halo 2 CE looks so much better. It looks awesome.
Yeah. The jump in technology.
Like, how long is there between like CE anniversary and 2 anniversary?
3 years.
Not bad.
Yeah. It's really impressive.
Well, I suppose it like depends on like what the framework for the original from like obviously. If the framework for CE that we were building upon to make anniversary weren't as robust to allow for the upgrades, whereas like 2, things have probably been in a better position for it. The only one you have stood right there, they were looking at me and they just turned around and made a beeline for you.
I think that's what killed me. I think that's what killed me, was just one of the flood combats when they swung, hit me in the back. I don't like being not alive to and come back. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh. I found the terminal sooner, so I don't know if it's like forced you into it.
Oh, nice. No. Wait, have you not... You haven't finished Halo 2, right?
No, like I found all this is the next terminal I'd have needed, so I found it by pure accident.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but if I do remember one, I'll point it out.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Yeah. Sure why the spawns are so slow.
Hmm.
Oh, that's why.
Okay, I'm back.
Leader, the storm is about to hit. We cannot maintain our position. Bring the phantoms close to the mine. We cannot reach it until the leader of the territory. Robin, the flood has spread throughout the state. We don't have enough troops to manage such a large infestation. Find the leader of these heretics. Kill him now!
Are you dead?
Yeah.
Oh. Oops.
No, no worries.
You should, yeah, call it out. Then I'll...
I'm watching my master at work. I'm alive. Here's a question for you then, Keegan. So, not including media, so TV, films, video games, music. What is your best sequel? So, like, as an example...
Like in a book?
No, as in just products.
Oh.
So, like, you've got the original... Wait, has it crashed on us?
I got kicked.
Yeah, I'm back
God
in
damn it.
main menu. So, yeah, I guess just join back with me when you can. But, yeah, so my example that I would give is, like, there's the original M&M, and its sequel is the Peanut M&M. And the Peanut M&M
Oh.
is so much better than the original M&M. It's just going to put us back to the start of the mission.
Maybe, maybe not. But probably.
So we weren't that far. No, we were. Oh, it will. Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty far in. This is a long level.
Yeah. Like looking at part-time 25 minutes, just I know it's a hard one, isn't it? Because bearing in mind, like, obviously your sequels can't be anything like... You can't say, like, a telephone and an iPhone, because there's so many steps between that. Like, obviously from the telephone you've got your first mobile phones, you've got your... like,
Right.
first...
Must be taller.
Okay, yeah, the Lamborghini Aventador.
I don't know what that means.
Lamborghini's like current flagship supercar.
Is a sequel to what?
Their previous flagship supercar.
So it's just a car that can go slightly faster.
Significantly faster. And it looks insane.
What happened here?
Me a bad feeling about this. You
It was. So they've been making the Aventador for I think like 10 years now, almost.
Those jaws, I shall bind them shut.
No, I think 10 years now. And so they've like within the Aventador they've had iterations of it,
Heretic!
or like where they've improved it over and over. And so the current Aventador is just it's just fucking
I
crazy.
wondered who the prophets would send to silence me.
I am
That's my favorite
suitably
car.
impressed.
Unflattered.
It's it's so cool. You remember when I sent you that text like, hey, we
Come
need
out,
more
so
green
we may
cars
kill
in
you.
this world, and I sent you a picture of that car.
No, not at all.
Mine.
Yeah. Well, that's the one. That's a good sequel, but I had another one.
Stand firm. The flood is upon us.
Can't say the royal wedding. Maybe the grand tour. Oh, wait, no, that is media. Oops.
Would you consider the Alexa
What have we done?
a sequel to the Clapper?
No.
Bit harsh.
They're not the same thing.
I'm pretty sure if you were to... I bet you'd be able to program an Alexa to turn the light off.
But you still have to say, hey, Alexa.
Hey Alexa.
No, actually, you're right. Yeah.
Oh,
Over here.
well. That's when I saw the flood. And you know when it does a little animation where you'll like fling yourself forwards?
Yeah.
That somehow glitched and like rather than just like going forwards, shot forwards towards the floor and fell down the side.
Oh, I just did that. God
Got the
damn.
exact same thing.
The exact same thing. At the 39-minute mark. There's some really like funny, not really glitches, but like. See, there's a word, niggles. That sounds like a questionable word to use, so I stopped using it. There are a few quirks. Yeah, quirks is.
Yeah, quirks works well.
Yeah. Where if you lunge, you know how you flew off the side of the map or the elevator. You can lunge into your teammates, right?
Yeah.
And so you'll either kill them, but if they start the melee animation, they'll melee you and kill you.
So like essentially you just dive headfirst into their fist and die.
And die, yeah. And them being your teammates, they can one-hit kill you. That makes sense. Oh, look at this arm.
So it's just an arm chilling.
Well hidden.
Yeah, but zoom in on it. There's so much detail.
Yeah, that's a lot of detail. And
Like, look at this
scales
head.
and...
Impressive aim.
He spawned everything. There's like a leg here, or a foot. No, that's not it.
Oh, two in. Dead reveal today. I'm in one room, she's in a room getting dressed.
Yeah.
I just hear her go, oh no! I go in to see what's up, and she's holding a sock, and she's only had... Last week sometime she bought like a pack of 10 fluffy socks or whatever. And she's holding a sock and like, it's got a massive hole in it. It was a hole where she puts her foot. Like she says when she pulls a like loose string on it and like it tightened the elastic so like it weren't as big as what it should have been for a foot. And she thought it was an actual hole. But no, just... It was the foot hole. And I am telling everyone who will listen about that.
Yeah. Heck, I want to tell people now. That's hilarious.
A pox on you, beast! Enemy of our lords!
Did you ever like, track down to and get the rest of Ways to Die?
No, I know which ones I need. It's like two of the heavy enemies, but I haven't gone back to it yet.
Yeah, I'm in the same position. Like,
Eventually.
I've got all ones that I know. Like, obviously, I need another person for. I think there's like, I think I only need one heavy enemy and a couple of types of zombie enemies. But I can't remember offhand which ones it is, but yeah, it's been that long since. I don't know if I've got it in me to go back to it, but I know I should.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Running low, is it? Heretics above!
So I'm dead, so you know, you said to call out, but I don't think there's not much you're going to be able to do at the minute while we've got the little sport things
It's interesting how the respawn system works, because like when you came in, I was like, maybe 20 feet away from a flood combat tornado that just killed my ally.
What's the most objectively bad thing that you've enjoyed just because you're a fanboy? Like, as an example, I will forever love anything Power Rangers.
Oh, I love Power Rangers.
Yeah, like, it's trash, but, like, if they ever bring out a new, like that Power Rangers film that came out a couple of years ago, loved it. Best film ever.
Oh, is that good?
Well, no, it were bad, but like just because it's Power Rangers, and yeah, like because I've got that nostalgia aspect to it.
Yeah. I guess Barney.
I never watched
Maybe
that.
Barney. Yeah. Yeah, because I recently learned how why people don't like it. Apparently Barney just solves problems with magic. And it's a kids show, so like it's supposed to be like educational, not just like SpongeBob where it's just silly.
Leader, the storm is about to hit. We cannot maintain our position.
Speaking of
Bring the
SpongeBob,
phantoms close to the mine.
Deborah discovered
You're not
recently
leaving until
that
the
you
leader
can
of the
buy every season of SpongeBob on Amazon Prime. Like, there's like one season that's on Netflix, but you can get each individual season on Amazon Prime, but you have to pay for each season, and it's like £15 a season.
We don't have enough folks to manage the large.
And she said that to me, like, look, isn't that ridiculous? But she had that green to me right, or like, I'm gonna buy it all.
Right. And did she?
Not yet, because we're possibly going to lose this job, but the second she knows she's not going to lose the job, she will buy it.
Why is she at risk of losing her job?
We both work for the same company.
Pardon?
We both work for the same company. Like, I told you about how there's redundancy going on at my place, didn't I?
No?
Oh yeah, so basically the company that we work for is doing a huge restructuring. So there's like the entire company essentially going to lose a job. And they've said like, basically from my team and the other team we're going to lose 8 people. But there's other teams that are also taking on extra people, so we can apply for jobs in those teams. So, or we could potentially be kept on in our new reduced number team. And same sort of thing happening with Deborah's team, and like she's applied for some roles that are going in the company and stuff. It's like potentially we could keep his jobs, potentially we could lose them.
I hope it's the former.
Us too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like obviously if we do lose his jobs,
This will
we'll have to
save
find
me
new
from the
jobs.
storm, but you will be consumed.
Yeah, if we do lose his jobs, I guarantee she's going to buy at least one
where is
season of SpongeBob, just like as a celebration.
Stinking floodbait
Yeah.
boxed themselves in tight. We'll never break through this.
Then we shall force him out.
How?
The cable. I'm going to cut it.
Get everyone back to the ships. Return to the landing zone. The Arbiter will
But yeah,
continue
he had
upward.
a
Cut
job
this
interview
station loose and scare the heretic from his
that's
hole.
actually growing in the restructuring. Like my team's losing 8 people, and their team is taking on 8 people. So applied for job, did the interview, and I think I did really well in the interview. I'm pretty confident I'm going to keep my job. Well, keep a job.
Nice. Right.
But until they actually tell us, which is next week, we don't know for certain. Because like, it's one of those. I don't know what just happened. I teleported at the start. Oh, I'm in an elevator. Okay. Yeah. Like, not to sound overly big-headed, but
Go ahead, cut the
good
cable.
at my job.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's being confident. So it's not being at it at all.
the issue is also working with people who are also good at my job.
Right.
So like, as capable as I am, it's strong competition.
That's
Yeah.
one. By the prophets, look at the station list. One final cable arbiter. That's it. The station is in free fall.
That doesn't sound like a good thing. The station's in free fall.
The heretic leader is on the move.
Oh, shit.
Do not let him escape. We'll stay with you as long as we can.
If you jump off of that platform and come all the way down here, you die. But if you walk off, you don't die. So the same thing over here. Like if you jump off of that and you drop, you die. But if you just walk off, you don't.
That has to be a reference to Halo 1.
Yeah. I love this chapter title. Dead or Alive. Actually, just dead. I love that about Halo chapter titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do good.
Yeah.
Heretic. Arbiter, I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter. Who has taught you these lies? The Oracle.
Hello, I am 343 Guilty Spark. I am the monitor of Installation 04.
Ask the Oracle about Halo. How they would sacrifice us all for nothing.
More questions? Splendid. I would be happy to assist you.
The elites are blind, Arbiter. But I will make them see.
Did that guy just have Pokeballs?
Yeah. Second, I killed you. I had so much trouble with this so I played this through solo on Legendary. And on Legendary, you need to do that like 4 times.
Yeah.
You hit him, he goes, hides, talks a bit, comes out.
I had no choice, Holy Oracle.
But then he throws out Pokeballs
This
at you
heretic
again.
imperiled the great journey.
Oracle, great journey. Why do you meddlers insist on using such inaccurate verbiage?
That is the Oracle. So it is. Come, we are leaving this system.
Naughty monkey. If you'd find out that he had a twin, do you think you'd be a good twin or an evil twin?
That's a hard question.
Because I wouldn't consider myself to be a bad person, but I fully acknowledge that I'm quite selfish and like I just get the feeling that an alternative twin, like if one of us is to be the
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
1-0. We're drifting. Archer pods are cold. I'll need to rekey the system.
Do it and find out where we are. Sorry for the quick jump, Sergeant. You in one piece?
I'm good. Chief?
We're fine.
Ma'am, there's an object coming into view now.
I love Cortana's sass there.
Cortana, what
Yeah, just
exactly
we
am I looking
are
for?
fine.
Yeah, we.
Cortana's the sort of
Asking
woman,
about Chief.
Cortana's the sort of woman like you'd be
what?
mad at, she'd be
So
mad
this
at
is
you.
what my father
You'd ask her why, and she'd be like,
I
you
thought
shouldn't.
Halo was some sort of super weapon.
Right.
It is. If activated, this ring will cause destruction on a galactic scale.
I want all the information you've got on the first Halo. Schematic, topography, whatever. I don't care if I have the clearance or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's our target?
The enemy ship has stopped above the ring, ma'am. We're going to pass right over it.
Perfect. Given what we know about this ring, it's even more important that we capture the Prophet of Regret. Find out why he came to Earth, why he came here. Chief, take first platoon. Hard drop. Secure our landing zone. Sergeant, load up 2 flights of Pelicans and follow them in.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
Until I can move and fight, I'm going to keep a low profile. Once you leave the ship, you're on your own.
Understood.
Over the target in 5.
Hang on to your helmet. Mind the bump.
any more noise? I guess so.
One of my favorite
Katana.
cutscenes in all of Halo. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I remember seeing that like on the original. And
Yeah.
just like obviously just falling through the sky in like a little box like that. Just
Yeah. It's just so much like badassery, camaraderie, and humor, all just packed into one cutscene. I love it. So we can kill all these enemies, do what the game tells us to do, which is hang out near other waves of enemies, or we can skip all of it and just like walk on foot.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I'm assuming we don't miss any important story stuff.
No, not really. It's just so right now we just need to clear these enemies so that we get a warthog, and then we can continue the mission with a warthog, but we don't really need one.
No,
because there's
because we have feet.
Right, and we're super soldiers.
Yeah. Our
and
cardio
there's
is off the
ghosts like
charts.
right around the corner. Right. Do miss an Australian guy to say a really cool
Artillery
line
disabled,
here.
Sergeant. Landing zone
Is that the
secure
guy that you
for
get
the
an
moment.
achievement for me to
I
do
hear
first
you.
level
Starting our
of
approach.
CE?
Hang tight.
Chips Debo?
Easier said than
Something
done.
like that.
Get down Phantoms, Chief.
Yeah.
The Covenant has control
I think it's
of
the
the bridge
same.
home. They're going to try and bottle us up on this side of the gorge.
There's a really, really cool trick. I don't know. But so you know that there's no bridge now, right? I don't know if you see that or not. Yeah. So there's a trick where there's ghosts down there. You just
The
steal a
controls to
ghost,
extend the
and you
bridge
throw a
to leave
grenade,
this
and you use
structure.
that grenade to launch your ghost across that gap.
I imagine that's
That's
one of those
like-
things that's really risky to do.
Watch out, Chief. Race
Yeah,
on the far
that's one of
side.
those things where you have to practice. So. There's a terminal in here, I believe. Yes.
I will do it.
Good, bridge down. Now about those brakes.
Roger that. Armor's on the way.
Right here.
There's no terminal. Yeah, on the wall, yeah.
Yeah. Are you in classic or anniversary?
Ah. That explains everything.
There you are.
Thank you anyway. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Isn't that out? What's he doing? Giving a speech?
A sermon, actually. I've been listening to him since we landed. So far, it's the standard Covenant liturgy, but I'll translate if he says anything interesting.
The Sangheili, that's for elites, isn't it? Their proper name. Okay, I'm here. Where are you? Are you outside?
Yeah. That's... There we go. There's a tank here.
Now I'll let you take it. I know you love a tank.
What?
Plus,
Use
there's
it.
I'll let you use it. There's Ghost here. I'm much more happy in a Ghost.
Okay. I love the Halo 2 tank so much.
I love the Ghost.
Yeah.
That front gun is just so fast.
Yeah. That's what I love about Halo 2, man. It's just pure fun. Like, it doesn't make sense from a balance perspective to give a tank, like, a super powerful cannon and machine guns. But it has it because it's fun.
As well, tanks are meant to be OP.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose it explains why you don't get tanks out of the time of doing it. Like, obviously,
right.
You only get them for certain circumstances.
Like, the Halo 5 tank is... It's... To be fair, though, it's like the only vehicle that's like hard to control in 5.
Careful, we're coming up
But
on another
it's quite
structure.
hard to control. Like, the controls feel really weird for it. It just feels like really sluggish.
Is
but
that a
not
balancing
like...
thing? Like, is it make powerful?
Yeah.
Hard to maneuver?
No, like its rate of fire is worse than the Halo 2 tank. It's not like... Oh shit. I thought you were much farther away, my bad.
No, it's...
Its rate of fire is much slower. It moves slower, like, just in terms of straight line speed. And it's harder to maneuver. And you don't get the turret on the left trigger. I mean, that started with Halo 3 anyway. But still.
It had a turret.
And when you go over... Yeah. So Halo 2 and Halo C.
Oh, alright, so okay.
Yeah, and 3 onwards. Kind of sucks. Like, but I guess it makes sense. Like, they put the turret there for, like, your co-op buddy.
Yeah.
That's fine. So I don't really mind that. It's just like the tank itself is just so much harder to control.
Pelican inbound. Let's
and they
clear
changed
a
the art
landing
style
zone.
for it. So. Weird decisions.
They're all pouring out of the middle. Let's get in there.
Ooh, have you heard the sniper rifle in Halo 2 Anniversary?
No.
Oh, okay. Come. Right there, it's right there. It's the best sounding weapon in any game. It's so good. Right here.
Oh, yeah, outlaw. Oh.
Right? It's so good.
That's a dirty sounding weapon.
I know.
You always bring me to such nice places.
To be fair, now that I'm actually thinking about the sound of the guns, so that one rifle sounds really nice as well.
Yeah. I think they got, I watched a little video on it, I think they went to like a ranch and they had a bunch of Marines like bring real weapons and then they recorded the sounds.
Mm.
And then makes them a little bit so that it sounds futuristic a little bit.
Yeah. But it's not even the sound futuristic. What's so satisfying is the sound meaty.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Still no word about In Amber Clad on the Covenant battle. It's odd. The Covenant know we made landfall, but they don't seem to consider us a very serious threat. Boy, are they in for a big surprise.
Watch yourself. Honor guards.
Oh shit.
Wait, go back. That's what I thought he said. The Prophet of Regret is planning to activate Halo.
Are you sure?
I shall light this holy ring, release its cleansing flame, and burn a path into the divine beyond.
Pretty much.
Commander, we've got a problem.
So I hear. But from what I understand, the Prophet will need an object, the Index, to activate the ring. I've located a library similar to the one you found on the first Halo. If the rings work the same way, the Index should be inside.
I'll bet the Covenant are thinking the exact same thing.
Then we better beat them to it, Sergeant. Extract your men and meet me at the library.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll secure the Index, Chief. You take out the Prophet.
I don't know if it's a set on a TV or like just the game, but the in cutscenes, like
got a hostile.
In gameplay it's fine, but in cutscenes the second is slightly off, like half a second.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
But to be fair, like my TV has different settings for like depending on what you're doing. Like it's got a game setting, a cinema setting, all that sort of thing. When it automatically changes around different settings depending on like what apps you've got. Like if you've got, if you're not using Xbox One, so it'll change automatically game setting. When I'm on Amazon Prime, it'll automatically switch to cinema and stuff. And when it first changes to cinema with Amazon Prime, it'll go out of sync. But if you have a cycle through the settings and like go just around all the options and back to cinema, the sound syncs up again. So I think it's just a quirk of the telly where some stuff will just go out of sync.
All's clear.
Cortana, the Covenant's getting nosy. I don't want to give away my position, so I'm rerouting a few stragglers back to you. I apologize. These Pelicans are all the support you're gonna get. Understood, ma'am.
Not a problem, sir.
A gondola is launching from the far towers. Big surprise. It's full of Covenant reinforcements.
Lost track of it. Well, let me know when I should start trying.
that, you filthy alien!
This lake couldn't have been formed by volcanic action, which means it was either built this way on purpose or was created by some other cataclysmic event. I'm sorry, were you trying to kill something?
Come on, mate! I'm just a human!
Oh my god.
He dead.
Yeah, there was a bit of lag, and so I slamming on A, it just didn't register, and I just walked off.
That wasn't a smart thing to do to him.
This lake couldn't have been formed by volcanic action, which means it was either built this way on purpose or was created by some other cataclysmic event. I'm sorry, were you trying to kill something?
Do we need to go over to that one, or does this one carry on?
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I want victory to become a habit.
You have?
Ooh.
Ah, now I see. There's a submerged section that connects these towers to the outlying structures. Looks like we're going down. Unless you'd prefer to swim.
Nope.
Full car coming up!
Oh my god.
I think...
Ah, now
I tried to push a marine
There's a submerged
off,
section that
and
connects
I walked
these
off.
towers to
And
the
I think
outlying
I
structures.
spawned on your head, and as you walked off,
Looks
I
like we're going
went
down.
over with you.
Unless you'd prefer
I
to swim.
think. I'm not 100% what happened there, just I spawned in and drifted forwards. Friendly fire's on.
I've intercepted a secure transmission from Regret's carrier to something called High Charity. It seems to be a formal apology to the prophets of truth and mercy. Apparently, Regret jumped the gun when he attacked Earth. He's asking the other prophets to forgive his premature arrival, arguing that no human presence was foretold. That explains why there were so few ships in his fleet. But it's odd a prophet would have such bad intel about his enemy's homeworld.
You there?
Shit.
And people say I've got a big head.
What, you napping at?
That was the wrong door.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's the way we came.
If you switch to classic graphics, you can see them very clearly. But it's so cool watching like 2004 camouflage.
Oh wow, yeah, like they're almost invisible on you.
Yeah. Oh, that's new.
What are you doing?
I jumped and there's a little, like stick thing that was sticking out from the top of the door and just landed up there.
Yeah.
Regret's carrier just received a response from High Charity. A very well-encrypted message from the Prophet of Truth. Listen to this. Your haste has jeopardized the fulfillment of our covenant.
Okay.
Threatened our grand design.
What this is going to be
that you shall be spared a public display of our
if you were to clone yourself,
thanks only to mercy and his wise
and your clone sucked your dick, is that
mercy,
gay or masturbation?
Regret. 3 prophet hierarchs. Killing Regret should shake up the covenant leadership.
Yeah.
Frankly, it sounds like you might be doing Truth a favor.
Or is it both?
No, because like masturbation's the whole like doing it to yourself. Whereas if it's a clone,
yeah, but it's your clone.
It's someone else doing it to you. It's genetically you, but it's still someone else.
No, I don't mean like Boba Fett type clone. I mean like clone. Like someone just takes you and just replicates you instantly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it.
Yeah.
It's obviously, if you can reach that far to do that to yourself, that's giving yourself one. Whereas if it's a genetically identical replica of yourself, it's still someone else doing it. Like obviously you're not controlling all the movements; it's someone else controlling all the movements.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel it's the control that's the thing there.
Yeah.
This is my last run, Chief. I'm nearly out of fuel. We've secured the first tower cluster, so I'll set down there. Call when you're ready for evac.
Come on in, Chief. Water's fine. Say goodnight, punk.
How's it going, you two? So far, so good. We're approaching the main temple now. Roger that. I'm as close to the library as I can get. There's some sort of barrier. We're trying to find a way around it. I'll keep you posted.
I'm worried I'm going to open the whole kettle of fish here, but just go down and have rounds, so just shoot the laser rounds.
Unfortunately she does not have that.
What, is that something that comes into it?
Yeah, so she's a smart AI.
That's my point,
yeah.
But anyway,
well, so the thing with them is, yeah, so like the way they're made, they go crazy. Just it's not like the way, it's not like they're programmed that way. But just because of the way they operate, smart AIs go crazy, rampant, in about 7 years. So they get made, and 7 years later they just go insane and they have to be decommissioned.
Yeah.
So at that point, they don't have rights. But there is a short story where an AI fights for her rights. And that's very interesting. I read it, it's quite good. And so that's like, that's not even like just Halo anymore, like that's pretty applicable to our world right now.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's we're gonna have to do a whole level again.
Yep.
Permission to call it there?
Yeah, sounds good.
Hopefully we'll have better luck next week, but yeah, I'm all for being back next week.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds
man.
good.
Okay. Bye to him. I'll see you soon.
Ryan. Yep, take care. Good playing with you.
You too.